Hey everyone, my name's Simon. I work here at Sandy Group, and today with me is a special guest, Jesse Matthews from Voxell. Jesse is a wonderful architect. He's going to take us through our latest development, 53 Brook Street today. The address is 53 Brook Street, and we've actually got two adjacent sites, but it's nice and central in the valley floor in the suburb of Waterloo. And you can see here where that little pin drop is one of the sites, and it's that one and the adjacent with the beige roof that will be making up the complete development. You can see we're almost right next door to Trafalgar Park, so great amenity to some nice open green space, really nice leafy neighbourhood, beautiful part of the hut. And then there's really good access to Waifatu Road, which is a main kind of arterial road, and Cambridge Terrace as well, just further up Vincent Street to the north, which will take you straight to Waterloo Station. So I think it's about 300 metres or something, so a very short walk to Waterloo Station, as well as the kind of main Waterloo shops there, which has a pretty fantastic fish and chip shop, which I grew up eating fish and chips from, as well as a few other shops like a dairy, hairdresser, those kind of things. As well as that, we're really close to Waterloo School, Waterloo Kindy, and Play Centre. Great location here, really. It's kind of got everything you need. Right, Jesse, why don't you take us through into your model so we can kind of have a bit of a look around the site.
So here we are on the corner of Brook and Vincent Streets. To orientate yourself, Waterloo train station is directly up ahead of us, and then Trafalgar Park is the square that we're seeing right here to the left.
And that street up to Waterloo Road is roughly due north?
Yeah? Roughly due north,
yep.
That's right. Yeah, so
nice.
We're looking pretty much due north right here.
Cool.
Yeah, so we are in the morning, in the summertime, down here looking to the street. Now, we have the benefit of a kind of interesting triangular site sitting right here on the corner, which means that we can really do some really interesting buildings that address the corner, help to sort of turn the corner, and form a nice defined edge to the street. We're being blessed by these beautiful putakawa trees which run down both sides of the street. We're only seeing these three here, but they do continue in the rest of the world where we haven't modelled.
Nice and leafy.
Very, very leafy and pleasant.
And the corner site, I guess, gives us an opportunity to create a bit of a landmark kind of development, and what Voxell yourself and Voxell have come up with is I think it's going to feel really nice, like fits quite well into the neighbourhood, and that it's not too out of place, but it's also going to kind of stand out at the same time,
Exactly.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. You want to do something sort of new and fresh and fun, while also feeling completely at home in its context,
That's
in its
right.
neighbourhood.
Yeah.
So that's what we're always trying to achieve.
Cool.
Likewise, we're always trying to create homes that have their own identifiable character and their own identifiable sort of form and image to the world. So you can see here that every one of the houses has its own roof. It's identifiable as its own house. It's got its own front door that comes directly off the street. But then at the same time, we're trying to wrap the whole project together into a sort of coherent design language so that they're all sort of speaking the same thing.
Sense of unity, and it all works together, eh?
That's right. Striking the balance between a sense of coherence and unity while also giving some individual flavour at the same time.
Nice.
So hopefully we'll strike that balance, but you guys will be the judge of that. So if we come around the corner, we'll fly down the driveway and see what the place looks like from the interior, from the inside. So we've got a small, quiet driveway that serves maybe 5 or 6 car parks down here. So car parking doesn't dominate the site, which is really, really good. We've got quite a bit of room left over for these really lovely shared little gardens in the centre, and all the houses open directly off that green space.
Kind of creating a nice little community feel.
That's right.
Because of the irregularity of the site, we don't often get the chance to add so much green space in there, so it's going to be quite a nice little space in there, and it's a bit of a sun trap as well, isn't it, with its orientation, especially in the afternoon. It kind of captures a lot of that sun, which is cool.
That's right, yeah. It'll be a nice sheltered little sunny heart of the development.
And then you got your kind of pedestrian entrance there that kind of almost snakes its way through that entrance, which is also a bit of a unique feature to this development.
That's right, yeah. So it's not dominated by a driveway. The main entry is really this nice little sort of village pathway that sneaks between the two street blocks. This is where the letterboxes will be, on a lovely little snaking landscape wall. And that takes us back out onto the street and puts us right on the corner where Vincent and Brook Streets combine, and as do our two blocks of townhomes.
It's probably a good point to mention the planting is indicative in this particular model. We do have a landscaping plan, but it's not part of this model. So if you're wanting to look more at that, you should definitely have a look at the info pack.
That's right.
So then you kind of get a much better idea of what planting's going in.
This was built by, before we had landscaping design done, but we've got the lovely and talented Emma Z from Hood Landscaping who has done a planting plan, which is looking great.
Cool.
And it'll be even nicer than what we're seeing here. So obviously all of the houses have their own private backyards, which get really great sun from sort of 10 a.m. onwards. The sun will be tracking right across the sky and, giving some really private, but, nice and cozy backyards.
And that particular block's kind of like, what was the time? It was like 6 p.m. or something, so it's getting pretty good all-day sun.
That's right.
And I like the little gates that are, again, landscaping, a little bit indicative on this model, but they'll have gate access into that courtyard, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Then the floor plans of all units are all pretty similar, but we're trying to give a little bit of a change of scene and a change of flavour to these units that are off the street. Rather than having cantilevers that come out over the ground floor walls, we've switched up a little bit, and instead of bringing the primary forms of the houses straight down to the ground, to give a slightly more grounded feel to it, and a little bit of contrast between how the front units work. And again, looking at these variations of claddings, using a combination of vertical natural timber shiplap weatherboards, a little bit of white rendered plaster, and some good old-fashioned vertical profiled metal, which is a really lovely palette of materials and this tried and true combination to use.
Yeah, we've used it a few times. It looks really good, nice and sharp, and a bit of warmth from the timber cladding, which is really cool. Nice.
And that is the main overview really of Brook Street.
Oh, the one thing I did want to point out, Jesse, is that the windows that you guys have put in for this development, this kind of more square kind of form, quite cool, like bit unique, and I don't know, they kind of feel a little bit more friendly, almost like the houses are looking out from the street. Rather than looking out windows. Nice, friendly, warm development. I think it's going to be really cool.
Absolutely.
And as we said earlier, it's in a great spot, so great opportunity. Cool. All right, thanks for that, Jesse. We're hoping to do more of these with ongoing projects, so you kind of get a bit of a chance to fly through and see the development before it's built, but kind of in a 3D form, which gives you a bit more of an idea rather than just looking at flat images. So. Yeah, excited to do some more of these. Hopefully this has been helpful, and thanks for watching. Cheers.